Welcome to Sage Pastel Payroll's How to Interpret and Troubleshoot Your SARS ETV file video. The ETV file can be exported out of your EasyFile system by navigating to Utilities, EMP501 Status Dashboard. The submission will be shown here and you can export the ETV file from here. For more information, refer to the SARS website listed below. The file that gets exported will be a text file and will most often be found in the Downloads folder. Once opening the file, you will find that it is not the easiest file to interpret. In order to easily read and understand the file, we advise that you open it in Excel. Open your Excel program and click on Open. Click on Browse and locate your Downloads folder. Click on the drop-down and select All Files instead of All Excel Files. Locate the ETV file. It will read as ETVR and will show the PayAsYouEarn reference number and period of submission. The text import wizard will now appear. Ensure that you have selected the file type as delimited, then click on Next. Under the delimiters, select the Other checkbox. Enter the tilde sign, also sometimes referred to as the squiggle sign. The data preview will change to columns and you can click on Next. Click on Finish. The Excel sheet will now appear and the columns and headings will be in a readable format. You can go through the file to see on which calculations the employee failed, whether it's PayAsYouEarn or STL or both. Once you know the failure reason, you can troubleshoot possible causes. How to troubleshoot STL failures. The STL validation is usually triggered if the STL payment is not 1% of the gross employment income. However, in the 2020-2021 tax year, there was a 4-month STL payment holiday. The ETV validation cannot exclude the 4-month holiday values from the validation, and this might cause an incorrect validation. If your ETV file fails based on the STL payment holiday, you will need to contact SARS for further instruction. How to troubleshoot the PayAsYouEarn failures. The most common reason for the PayAsYouEarn failure is due to the additional voluntary tax being processed without the additional voluntary tax checkbox being selected. Please ensure that you're in your year-end copy company and check if this has been processed by printing a monthly analysis for a 12-month period. You will then be able to check if additional voluntary tax has been processed and if this has a total. If additional voluntary tax has a value in the total fields, the employee needs to be ticked for additional voluntary tax on the Tax tab of the Edit Employee Master File screen. Please ensure that if you do select this checkbox, that you have the employee's written request for the additional tax to be processed. If you do not have this written request, the employee needs to be contacted and a decision needs to be made on how this will be corrected. The other reason why either STL or PayAsYouEarn might be incorrectly processed is if these codes were overwritten. For the PayAsYouEarn to be incorrect, it would have needed to be overwritten in the February period. However, if there's a difference in STL that is not due to the 2020 STL payment holiday, you will need to check the values of each month to ensure that it's 1% of the taxable income plus your fringe benefits minus your tax deductible deductions. The easiest way to check for PayAsYouEarn is to restore your February backup. Open your current live company. Please make sure that you make a backup of your current period by navigating to File Backup. Make note of the directory the backup will be sent to and the name and the date of this backup file. Once a backup has been done, you can restore your February backup. Please note that you can only do this if you have not renamed your company in the new year. Click on File Restore. Select the directory where your file is saved and check the backups on the left-hand side. Select the date and time that is most appropriate to the backup that you're restoring. Select this and click on Process. Check the period and ensure that you're in the February period. You can now check the payslips to see if the override checkbox has been checked. You will need to check the default and periodic tabs. When unchecking the overrides, you will see that the amounts of PayAsYouEarn will automatically be adjusted. The STL values will only recalculate to take into consideration the current period values. You will have to manually calculate and adjust any year-to-date corrections that need to be made to the STL. If any changes are made, you will need to restate the EMP 201 for that period and make an arrangement with the employee to process any over or underpayments. If a change was done, the year-end copy company will need to be redone, and once you've rolled into the March period again, you can restore the original backup that was made earlier in this video. Thank you for watching our video. Reach out to us on our various self-help platforms.